Hi, everybody. Have you ever wondered how to make a quilt label for a very special quilt? Stick around for a few minutes and I'll show you 3 easy ways to get that done. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. I'm so glad to have you here today. So, today we are going to talk about something that is pretty special, in my opinion. When you go to the labor of making somebody a very special quilt, it's always a beautiful finishing touch to add a very special label onto the back of that quilt. These labels will tell you who the quilt was made for, who it was made by, the city and state, and usually a year that the quilt was created. And sometimes it even has a little special message along the bottom as well. So let me show you what you can do if you would like to go ahead and make some quilt labels. I have 3 easy ways to do this today. All right, so let's get started. The first way is one of my favorite ways because it's very, very fast. It's very simple as well. What I like to do is I like to use my printer, and I just use regular paper for this project. What I do is I open up my paper tray and I'll make a little X in the very front edge of the paper so I know which way it's going to be printing. I'll open up a Word document and then I will type out whatever it is that I want to have on this label. Like here's an example. Michael Smith's quilt, made for him by Jane Doe Smith in San Francisco, California, 2024. Happy birthday, love, Mama. So it could be something that simple. Okay. And to do one with your printer, this is what I like to do. So I'll use my paper. I'll print out a copy of whatever it is on Word, and I have that posted kind of about, oh, you'll see a little bit under halfway to the center of that paper. I will then take a piece of fabric. I like using 7 inches by 5 inches as my label size. That way, if I need to get a little wordy, I can. I also take some Reynolds freezer paper, and you'll see this Reynolds freezer paper has a shiny side and it has a dull paper side. This shiny side is plastic coated. And what I do is I will take this, take the shiny side and put it on the back side of the fabric, take it over to the iron and iron this down. When it starts to get set, you'll start to see it kind of gives this little wrinkling effect. There we go. Now I know it's on there. Okay? So I will take this piece of fabric and I am literally going to kind of hold it up to the light here, kind of make sure that it's centered over that writing. Okay. I'll take my Scotch tape and I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape that is at least the length of this fabric. If it's a little over, that's fine too. And I'm going to go all the way around and tape this down, all of the edges. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to take this back over to my printer. I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to feed this paper in the same direction that it came out the first time. And I'm going to print it out. Okay, so now you can see it is printed out very nicely. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my rotary cutter and cut all the way around this piece of fabric. Okay, and here you will see my label. Now, this freezer paper just comes right off. It does not leave any film on the back of your fabric. And then I will carefully take the rest of the Scotch tape off the edge as well. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to my iron and I'm going to press this really, really well and make sure that this ink is set. Okay, so now what I like to do is I like to take this over to the iron and I need to set the shape of this label. So now you see I have this label here. Feel free to cut away some of this excess so you don't have so much bulk. If you by chance have a backing fabric that is very dark, you can leave this bulk in place. It will keep your label, your light colored label, a little bit more readable. You make that decision. Now, what I would do after this is just take this and sew it into the bottom right hand corner of the quilt with just a whip stitch. What you can also do is take a bigger piece of fabric, maybe with some contrast, fold it in half diagonally, press that really well, and then take your label and center that on your triangle and stitch this down with your machine. Once the quilt is quilted and before you put the binding on, you can actually set this down in the bottom right hand corner and then sew this in with your binding. If you don't have a printer, not to worry. Here's the second way you can do this. You can either use a Sharpie or you can get a permanent fabric pen, which is very similar to a Sharpie, and you can handwrite your labels out. I have tested this many times on many quilts over the years, and it takes an awful lot of washing to be able to wash out a Sharpie. Just a word of advice, make sure that you use bold writing. In other words, don't just write something with one single line. Do it in block letters. And then you fill that in however you want to do it and it'll work out great. All right? If you don't like the Sharpie idea, let me give you another idea. I love my acrylic paint markers. These paint markers are amazing for drawing on fabric. It does not wash out. These particular paint markers I will have down in the description below, but it's got two different ends on it. One is a regular type end and one is looks like a almost like a paintbrush. These pens are magnificent for fabric art. I love taking all of my designs and signing my name on each piece. Now keep in mind this fabric has the Reynolds freezer paper on the back. This helps support, gives some structure to your fabric so that it doesn't move. It also helps bleeding so it does not bleed through onto your work surface. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed these ideas for quilt labels. One using your paint pens, one using your printer, and one using Sharpies. So I hope this has been helpful and I hope you actually try one of these methods. I think you're going to really enjoy it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single step in the next video. Also, if you have any ideas on what you'd like to see next, please feel free to post a comment below. I would love to see those. Also, if you are ever interested in catching me live, yes, I teach live on Twitch Monday through Wednesday. Uh, Feel free to go into the description below, and there you will see my Twitch link. I'd love to see you in chat someday. If you have any questions, you can ask them live. So there you have it. All right, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And until next time, happy quilting. Bye, everyone.